morning, good day, sanbonani, good people. Hi, thank you again for visiting us. It's Yanga the MC coming to you on the Saturday morning. Now, a lot of people always ask, why do I say good morning? Why do I say good day? But no, actually, if you weren't aware, actually, these podcasts are actually getting a listen from different parts of the world, if I could put it that way. Yes, we do have interaction from time to time from people listening in and actually finding value from these, not only from South Africa. So maybe they're listening in and that's not really morning for them. And yeah, hence I always say good morning, good evening, and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I'm so happy to be with you again on this Saturday. It's always a pleasure for me to just reach you and yours. I'm hoping that you guys are safe, hoping that you guys are keeping, making sure that you're keeping safe and you're taking the necessary precautions in ensuring that you are as safeguarded and away from the dangers that are always being spoken about. I actually feel that we need to start getting, I think it's one of the topics that I'll probably address some of these days, how we don't want to spend the year speaking about problems. And if I'm saying that, I'm actually just also relating to the pandemic. A lot of people are not realizing that we're going about this year speaking and concentrating on only that and forgetting to live our lives, forgetting to pursue some of the things we need to pursue, chase some of the dreams we need to chase. So it's definitely an area probably we want to just talk about sometime as we carry on, how we don't want to focus on just the negatives. So anyways, yeah, thank you again. So just a few announcements before we do get rolling. So if you don't know, now you know. We are now reaching you on Sundays. We are now reaching you on Sundays as well. So that's basically what the Empowerment Podcast team has been doing, and that's the growth that we're talking about. So hooray, we should be getting up there and making clapping. So thank you again. That's just talks to the support we're receiving from you people, we're receiving from you, and making sure that we are growing. Because if we're reaching these kind of milestones, you know, you reaching us or we reaching you actually every day of the week now, it only says that something is going right. And I'm actually happy about that, because this just purely says every Monday there's something I can go get my stamina from, you know, listening into the Power Mondays from the Powerhouse. It's actually sometimes the type of fuel I just need to get my Mondays off. And there's Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, there's stuff and there's information, there's how many ingredients every day of the week. So that's why it's just exciting to be part and parcel of this project. And we're thanking you for allowing us to grow and ensuring that we're actually going about it the right way. So, having said that, we still want you to be interacting with us. We still want you to join us in our platforms. We still want you to be liking our pages. We still want you to be commenting, giving us suggestions on the topics that you'd maybe want us to also discuss, some of the line items that you'd probably want us to maybe look back into. It's stuff that we would value. So we want to hear from you. So do come in. As I always say, on Facebook, we're there, Empowerment Podcast. On Instagram, at empower_podcast. We're on TikTok actually now. Funny, I saw good videos along the weekend. It was actually nice listening to the team members from there. So we're on TikTok now, guys. We're obviously on YouTube. So yeah, you please come through. Thank you. So let's see, today, this Saturday morning, I probably don't just want to say too much, but I want to talk about what I've been going through, or what my line of thoughts have been during the week. And I'll probably say how I've gone about just equipping myself from that perspective in terms of answering the questions that I've been raising towards me. I do a lot of introspection, which I always say is good for any one of us. I think it's one of the most important things, just getting yourself aligned with yourself and then you get to answer you, and then you get to then ask the questions that you should probably then find answers to. And if you don't, then that probably means that you want to go back and find out where you are not aligned with you. So a lot of what was just living within me this week. So my ideology, I guess even this Saturday, it's just basically around what makes, the successful people successful. I was stuck there for a while, and I thought to myself, okay, then where are you then in regards to the things that you said you regard as your successes, and how are you going about it? And then having looked at that, what is making those people that you look up to, what is making those people that we saying are living the type of lives that are inspiring us and that are making us want to get up again and that are pushing us to see to more and more to where we want to go through? What are we then seeing from them that could possibly talk to where I'm looking to go? And so I drilled a bit into that philosophy and the mindset and just the prep work, the background of what those people are actually maybe also doing. It's important to know that not everything that we will become will be because of things we've taught ourselves. There's a saying that actually goes that a lot of the mistakes that we probably will need to learn from are mistakes that will be made by others. So in learning from other people, in looking at what others are doing in terms of getting to their successes, the routes that they're taking, the channels in which they're dialing, and looking at that and then restructuring, taking it back to you, it actually gets you onto, as I said, it's building up your version of you, your better version. And that's always what we look to talk about. So on that note, I actually did a lot of research. I actually tried and answered myself, looked into quite a few articles, just reading about successful people. I know it's a lot of people like, oh, but we probably know why they're successful. It's because, well, they worked hard. But no, there's more to it. There are people who are working hard and they are nowhere close to being successful or nowhere close to being as successful as they aim and project themselves to want to be. So there's something that they're probably doing wrong, or there's something that they're probably doing right at the wrong place or at the wrong time. It all boils down now to one of the books that I've started reading, and it's actually, funny enough, that's the answer to my questions about how do I need to structure myself into living a successful life and getting myself to the kind of successful or to the kind of successes that I actually envision for myself. So I'll also share that book. I'll actually share quite a lot of quotes from that book through this talk. Maybe you will also go there and find what I'm talking about when I actually say it's been that kind of impact for me. The name of the book is actually Sell or Be Sold. It's by Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold. So that book talks about the ideology of selling. According to Grant, we are all salespeople to some degree, indirectly or directly. By that it means we think to ourselves that salespeople are the people who are actually, out there. Salespeople are the people trying to sell you something, be it selling you cars, selling you houses, selling you food, selling, everything. There's actually departments making sure that on TV there's ads, making sure that we are constantly buying from this specific, because they are making sure that their ads are actually up to the point. So selling is generally associated with salespeople. But according to the book that I'm reading, and I promise it's a very good read. So sales or selling is actually, it's something that each and every individual should realize is needed or is being done by all of us. So it doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense but it comes to me in a different way to say, a lot of us, for example, I'll use myself as an example as we go along. So he talks about when you, whatever you apply for, let's just talk about people who've gone to school, who then look for jobs, make sure they get a career at something. What are they selling then? And then it talks about that's actually easy because every interview, in fact, it goes even way before that. Every prep work you're doing to get your CVs and get your application equipment in form and get your route to that interview, that's actually you starting your selling process. Because then let's say as you get into every interview you enter, you are starting to sell, you needing to sell yourself. Every employer that wants to listen to you or wants to have you in their interview is bringing you because they want to listen not to what they see on paper, but to what this person is selling. So that's already giving you that mindset that every one of us is selling something. Now, I love this because, as I said, it also came to me from the way on what I'm busy with. But think about it. Lawyers, think about it. Think about the type of professions you probably think have got absolutely nothing about, have got nothing to do with selling. You know. Artists, it's very different. Every performance they do, it's actually a sell, because every an item for them, you're getting a concert and you up there. It's not just about that gig, it's actually about getting the people to sell or to buy into you, so that's just an obvious. I'm just trying to think, but there are many professions that we would think are falling so far away from being salespeople or selling that we probably don't even understand how it connects. But I just want to say this to a lot of us today. We are actually selling ourselves every day of our lives. You sell yourself to God. You sell yourself to God so that He understands that you are still in His presence. We sell ourselves to our parents so that they are constantly aware that they are still loved and respected by us. Our children, they need to be sold. They need to know that wherever they are, their parents love them. And if they're not sold on that, then I'm not even going to get into the type of challenges that it happens from all of the aspects of that kind of relationship. But that's just the ice and the tip. On the tip. What I want to maybe drill into is me, myself, and I. I've thought about it. I've looked at myself. There's so much I'm looking forward to achieving. There's so much I'm looking forward to living, to realizing. I've realized that from now on, everywhere I go, I'm actually selling myself. When you talk and you get a chance to then discuss this and that with that person, you're selling yourself. You're selling your ideas to that person. Even if it's a general discussion about something different. We can talk about sports. I'm selling something to you that this is the best team. So we are selling ourselves every day. But what's important and what I want us to concentrate on is each and every successful person, be it, or maybe let me do this. It's coming to me, for example, actually, and it's a verse actually that I live by very profoundly. On Proverbs 23, I think it's verse 7. It goes, "What a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." For me, I shared this with a colleague of mine. That's already about whatever you set your sights on, whatever you plan, whatever you adjust your level of thinking to, so you can be that, so you can realize that, So that for me is massive because it then correlates with exactly what I'm saying. If you see yourself as the best in anything that you're doing, then you need to sell yourself even extra to being exactly where that best or that best is. We are failing ourselves by not seeing ourselves as the successes that we are. And this needs to live in us. This needs to be realized by us. We are failing ourselves by not realizing that only we can get to where we need to be. A lot of us are not realizing the many reasons around us actually that are stopping us from realizing and actually coming to fact with the prospects that we actually are. And I think it's about time that we change that mindset. I'm thinking of myself. I'm thinking of a lot. I'm reconsidering a lot. Every day is a chance. And I need to start getting myself equipped. I need to start getting myself empowered. I need to start getting myself inspired to live the type of life that I want to maybe firstly sell to my children and make sure that it becomes the life that I've dreamt of from the very first time I started dreaming. We're missing the point in losing our focus because of what's happening now. What's happening now, what's happening around us is not what is destined for us. It's sad times, but let's not lose focus on where we are destined and where we are saying we need to be. My prayer actually is that I change my mentality so drastically because I've realized the things that I should have realized such a long time ago. If I had known and if I'd read something like what I'm reading now, because now I'm associating myself with the type of information that's bound to take me to places even I probably didn't think I was. Let me even say this. I actually had not even considered being a part of a team like what I am in right now in the Empowerment Podcast. But through the hard works of other areas, I'm actually now realizing we are in such a space that I have got all the wings that I need to fly and get to the type of avenues that I need to get. So you and I, we owe it to ourselves to stop considering our dreams as something that is part of the day. You and I, we need to stop considering the talks that we have with the people as something that just must be there, as something that is just random and is part of everyday life. You and I need to adjust our mindset. So that's all that I'll probably leave you with today. I'm always thankful for being with you guys. I'm always actually honored, and I'm hoping that, as I say, you will make sure that you come back to us and you will give us your responses. But as this Saturday starts off and kicks off, I'm going to be watching a lot of sports very later on. You make sure that you keep safe. You make sure that you also think about everything that we've spoken about. And as I say, you take care. Thank you very much once again for joining us. Bye-bye.